everybody. This is a date with Dateline. No, it's Pink Shade, but it's a full-on date with Dateline takeover. This is Kimberly.
And this is Katie.
And we've been thruples with part of a thruple with Mary Payne for a while now. And is this the first time we've taken over, though? The two of us?
No, it's the second time we've taken over. Because the last time we took over, I watched the wrong episode. Or I was an episode behind. Something happened where I was wrong. And you had to describe it to me. And I was tempted to do that this time because I very much like it when you describe episodes to me. But I did, in fact, watch. Because this cast, I have... They give me feelings.
Good or bad? Tingly? Weird? Nauseated?
I'm trying to figure out who I like.
Yeah. That's generally with the 90 days where there's maybe like, if you're lucky, one couple a season that you like. Katie and I used to cover 90 Day on our Patreon, and then we just could never. I liked different seasons than you liked, and then I just started talking about with Mary Payne, and then she started forcing me to talk about Happily, which I really hate Happily. But now I got to switch. I got taken off Happily. So now I'm on the other way duty, and it's just better because by Happily, you're so sick of these people and you're watching their marriage disintegrate.
Yeah, that's hard. This, we're just watching people disintegrate, or just people making decisions that are
fine with that.
Yeah, let's get into it. We have some decisions that are being made.
This is 90 Day the Other Way, season 6, episode 8, called Much Ado About Everything. The titles, they're all movies. I don't know. And this is a Shakespearean play, but whatever. It was also a movie. So I guess that's how they're getting away with it.
Sure.
There was one episode this season called One Fine Bidet.
Yeah, I know about One Fine Bidet.
You don't listen. I pitched your idea.
I pitched it again because I recorded the next week. I recorded the next week and I said, did Kimberly tell you about the bidet mate? And yeah, so we've all agreed that it's a moneymaker.
Did Mary Payne agree too? Okay,
yes,
good.
Of course, because it is good. We just need investors. Please email us at datedateline@gmail.com. Or is Pink Shade Pop?
What is it? A bidet that is Australian in nature of some way, or is it just marketed towards Australians, or has it nothing to do with Australia at all?
It's punny way. Bidet, mate. It's just a punny Australian
and
saying.
That's enough. That's enough.
It's enough. You won't forget it.
No.
And I feel like I could go on Shark Tank with it and maybe not even have a prototype. Just tell them the idea and the name, and I might get a couple $100. A couple $100 and a handshake.
There should be a pre-Shark Tank for when you don't have a prototype, you don't have a logo, you don't have any money, you don't have any investors, you've never sold this product, you haven't even fully fleshed out the design, but they are willing to hand you a couple $100 to just get started.
And a handshake.
Which
kind of means maybe later. It's a knowing handshake. I think
it's a bit of a kiss off. It's like, maybe we'll see you, but 90% of you we will not see again.
Do you know how to get I don't know how to get a prototype made. I didn't go to business school. I went to useless school. So
no. You got to find like an engineer or like a designer or like a person with a 3D printer.
Dateline.com. Attention, bidet mate. Okay.
This is going to be so much better than the emails we get saying we pronounced something wrong and we suck. So I can't wait for these emails. So in this episode, James and Tata, let's start with them. Bad decisions. Dumb couple. What are they doing?
They're not dumb. They really don't seem to learn from their mistakes. And I really feel like, is this overproduced? Why are they there? Just because of her health issues, right? Which have now cleared up, so you can go home.
She had a cough, Katie, and a lump in her throat.
There was a
like
lump.
an Adam's apple.
She needs to maybe possibly have her thyroid removed.
Yeah. Or just go to an allergist. I feel like the doctors in the US maybe were blowing her off, but I think part of it was mental, and that's why she had to go back to Indonesia.
I think she wanted to go back, and that was a very good reason.
Yeah. I think she was so homesick, maybe it made her actually sick.
What did you think of this fight, though? Sorry, describe the fight briefly.
So when we left last week, Tata was either needing the vapors or having the vapors. Still can't remember. She's on the floor, hysterically kissing her mother's feet and sobbing. And
why?
I want to say poor James, but like he had 3 years to learn Indonesian and he promised her parents he would. So like I can't feel too badly for him that he has no idea what's going on, but he's like, what is happening? Is she praying to the gods of banana chips? He is so confused. He feels completely out of his element. This fight, all confused. It happened out of nowhere. They were talking to the parents. They said they were moving there. The parents were happy. And then they said they have this car debt in the US for this car that they still own in the US, but they don't live in the US. Go to Carvana and get your money. Why do you still own this car and owe thousands of dollars on a car that you don't own anymore?
Do you know this couple? Have you seen them before?
No, they're new.
They're brand new.
Brand new this season.
Okay, so we never got to see them buy this mysterious car.
No. Why do you think it's more than a car?
No, sorry.
Is there something going on?
Yeah, like they bought it. Yeah, no.
I think like a secret panel in the trunk with bricks of cocaine.
Does it have a boat attached to it? Is it a car with a thing at the back that tails a boat? No.
Yeah.
My thought was more, if you bought it from any kind of a dealership, you sell it back as a previously 100%. Owned vehicle, right? I don't understand. He's saying that they couldn't sell it. How were they trying to sell it?
I mean, we just sold my dad's 20-year-old car to CarMax.
Yeah. CarMax. That's how I sold my car too. Yeah.
It was in okay working order. He had paid a bit to like fix something that was wrong with it last year. Now, but if he hadn't, then maybe he would have gotten less money, but he would still not owe money. There's no situation in which you have a car. Well, maybe I don't understand finance.
I think you don't understand finances. There's definitely a situation which you would still, they try to give you money. Like, let's say the car is worth $12,000, but you still owe $13,500 on it. They're due that, but that's still a great deal difference from whatever the $13,000 they owe on the car is. Just owe the $1,500. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. They say they owe like $8,000 or something crazy like that. So how is that possible?
You sell the car.
Get
some money.
They're not known for good decisions. So
they can't sell the car because it's broken, right? No, they did $8,000 in repairs. That's what Mary Payne and I were talking about last week. They did $8,000 on repairs.
So for then a car that they didn't sell. Right. So sell it, because then it now is a working car.
It feels a little bit like Statler keeping her car because you want one foot in the United States. Does it feel like maybe that's what James is doing here?
Yes, it's a safety net. However, he has no problem cutting ties completely with his family's elevator company, which he has now done twice, but he can't cut ties with this car. And meanwhile, like the point I made with Statler and her car, the longer you wait to sell the car, the more it goes down in value because it's older. So I don't understand.
I didn't
So anyway,
understand Statler not selling her
Tata's
car.
family
Yeah.
Tata's family is very interesting. They seem so nice, but they said last time or the time before, they were like, the whole point of having children is that they come and take care of you when you get old, and it's their duty. And the mom was like, look at me, I have all these children and none of them are taking care of me. I'm failing, and I'm going to die here alone, and this cat's going to eat me because I have no one to take care of me because my children aren't here to take care of me. Meanwhile, the sister is like right there. I don't know what she's doing. But
So this is a
anyway,
cultural thing.
yeah.
Totally a cultural
So
thing. Yeah.
but now and so I was very worried, but now they're like, "No, it's our job to take care of our children, and we will pay off the debt for you," because they're rolling in banana chip money. They have like the Indonesian White House that they are living in, this huge mansion,
That is true.
unfinished, but it's slowly getting finished. So they apparently can pay off this debt, but James doesn't want them to pay off the debt. But
Good. Yeah.
then and Tata is trying to translate because James has not learned Indonesian, even though that was one of 3 promises that he made to her parents.
Right.
And so she's trying to translate, and he's saying, I told you, you need to have a part in this conversation and not let me do all the talking. I'm going to follow your lead. She's an extremely emotional person, like extreme. She's very Brandon and Mary. Um, and I don't know if you remember them or if you
Oh,
even
yes.
watched
Right.
them,
Yes. I remember. I remember. Yes.
where she would scream, Did they seat you next to a woman on the plane?
Yeah. But then
Don't
she
even
was doing
comment."
stuff. Yeah, I
But
remember.
then she was turning off her Wi-Fi and pretending that the internet was down so she couldn't talk to him and go out with her guy friends. So anyway,
Yeah.
Tata sometimes gives off Mary vibes to me. So she's crying. She's crying because she disrespected James, and she feels badly about that because she yelled at him, and a wife shouldn't talk to a husband like that. But she also feels like she's a burden on her parents, and so she's crying for that reason. And then the dad says, kiss your mother's feet, because when you do something wrong in her culture, you kiss your mom's feet because heaven is under your mom's feet. And if you're married, heaven is also under your husband's feet, because heaven can be anywhere, I guess. I don't think it's under her feet. I don't think it's under the wife's feet. I think it's only under the husband and the mom's feet. Um, Unsure.
Mm.
But so she's kissing her mom's feet, and then I didn't see her kiss James's feet, but she does apologize to James, and she's still crying hysterically. And she's just so sorry she yelled at him, and she's sorry she's a burden on her parents. And she's like, I'm
Okay.
not the best wife. And he's like, no, it's fine. I don't know what's going on
He
here.
doesn't know he doesn't know why she's crying so hard, and no one else does either.
Yeah. We're confused. He's confused. The parents say we're going to pay for this debt, and the dad starts praying over James, and
Yeah.
James is like, I really wish I knew what was happening, but hugs are good, so I guess everything's cool. No idea. He doesn't know a single word, I don't think,
He has
of
no idea
Indonesian.
what's happening. Yeah.
No. But he's just happy that the heat is off of him for not following through on his 3 promises. So, he's fine. So, later at the hotel, he says, "So what was that about with the, hysterical sobbing? Why was that?" And she says, "Well, it was just too much to translate and talk, and you were pushing and being mean and don't push me and blah blah blah." And he says, "Okay, but I told you." They just start arguing. It's really dumb. It's like, and she's just like, "That conversation, that was the hardest thing that's ever happened to me, and it was too much to translate, and I couldn't do it, and it was the worst." She's very emotional. She cries like this a lot.
So, what was probably the smart thing to do here then, Tata? Wasn't it maybe to do what he said and hold on this conversation? Do not have this immediately right when he gets into town.
Yeah,
Hold for a second, because you guys need
yeah,
to be on 100% the same page, because the thing that he was trying to get across is, we need to make money. Not, can you pay this debt for us? I want us to be able to make money. I want to make sure we can make money before we get settled in here and realize we can't and have to leave. I see what he's doing.
Yeah.
This is she is not understanding what he's trying to do.
No.
She's just like, well, they pay the debt, but that is not what he wants. I would not want that
want to be indebted to them at all.
No, he does not. I would no. Yeah.
They're just not communicating, and she's mad that he's not apologizing, and it's again, I can't. He's like, I didn't know you were agreeing to let them pay for the car. Well, you know how you could have known that, James? If you had learned the language in the past 3 years, or the basics.
A little bit of the language, a little bit more.
Just the basics. That you had promised her parents. So she's like, I translated every word for you. That's not true. You were sobbing hysterically and speaking in Indonesian for the last 20 minutes of that conversation, and he had no clue what was going on. Again, he could have if he had learned, but that's not true that she translated everything. Anyway, she cusses. This is the second time we have seen him say something like, don't cuss at me, or I'm not going to speak to you. Or like, I think last time he's like, speak with your heart. He had one of those very Christian-y phrases that I'm sure you heard growing up that like, if you ever cussed, I'm sure your mom would have killed you. But like, speak with your open heart instead of like with anger. So
that sounds good. That was good. First Kimberly 15:6.
Where are you on your walk with God?
Where are you? Speak. What was it? Speak softly.
With your speak softly and carry a big heart.
Big heart. That's it. Nailed it.
Yeah. So she's like, I'm done. I want to go stay with my parents. And he's so dramatic too. He's ridiculous. He goes, if you think that abandoning your husband in this beautiful hotel in Indonesia is a good idea, then I don't even know who you are. And I don't
our marriage is in big trouble.
I don't see the future for our relationship going forward.
I will say this is not a young person. She is in her late 20s, right?
No, I think she's mid.
No, I think she's like 27 or 28.
Oh God. I always try to give her the benefit of the doubt and be like, her frontal lobe is not fully developed yet.
You can't run home to mommy and daddy. No, you really should not do that. That is a big mistake.
I know, but him saying that she was abandoning him in Indonesia.
A lot of trauma, James.
You are in a beautiful hotel. You are fine, sir.
That TLC is paying for.
That TLC is paying for. She did not leave you on the side of the road in a scary part of town.
To him, equivalent. This is the equivalent of that.
Yeah. So then he's like, why are we even here? We said if moving here would affect our relationship negatively, it wasn't worth it. So apparently he's forgotten that she was dying of this cough and this lump in her throat. And that wasn't like the main reason they did this. She was miserable. She was dying. Literally, physically, emotionally, she was dying in Maine. It's too wet for her there. It's too cold.
Sorry, can they not pick a middle ground? Like, can we find some place like...
I said the same thing. I said, go to a warmer climate in the United States. Maybe he could start a new branch of the family elevator company, and they could maybe meet up with another 90-day couple.
Maybe if you have
Annalie, who has the weird, the guinea pigs. I don't remember if I think I told you about him, and he makes guinea pig noises all the time.
But if they look, he can work for any place that works on elevators. This is a very specific kind of experience that he has. There are job opportunities for him. This is a really drastic move. And I think, honestly, the reason he's bringing up going back so quick is that he realizes I've made a huge mistake. I think he doesn't want to live there.
I don't think he does either. But she does not want to live in the United States. Does he think that his family will take him back in the
No,
elevator business? No, just do you think they would take him back? He has now twice done this to them. Twice he has abandoned their company and the next day moved to another state or another country.
Yes, I do.
They'll
Families can be very forgiving and forgetting.
They will thrice let him do this to them.
If he was like a jerk, I mean, this was a jerk move, but his persona is not a jerk.
I'm just a good guy. I didn't even think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, I do think they'll take him back.
Yeah, but they love each other so deeply. They cry all the time as proof.
I really need Tata to understand that there is a happy medium somewhere, and maybe you should find it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So Joanne in New York, she is our new person. We only have met her. We only met her briefly. So her mom. Okay.
Joanne is our Jersey, our Long Island. Where is she from? Sorry.
Yes, in New York, Long Island, Staten Island, something. I don't know the intricacies. If you don't like when we do accents on this show and on our podcast,
5 minutes.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to skip ahead. It's gonna be longer than 5 minutes though. So her mom with the big hair, says, "Joe, I brought the luggage for you." This is the mom comes over, she's cat sitting for Joanne, and this cat seems very manipulative and tricky and sneaky because Joanne is being like, okay, she's gonna do this because she wants treats, but you have to wait until 5:00 and she will sit here and she will look at you with this look, and then she will pull this move when she wants more of the tin food, but she can't do that. And I was like, wow, cats are sneaky.
It's every pet. I also had a sneaky dog growing up.
Yeah.
He played every one of us. So pets can be sneaky. And it's nice that she knows what their sneaks are so she can tell it to the pet sitter.
Yes, but the mom is not writing any of these instructions down.
She doesn't care. She's going to feed the cat when she wants at whatever time. That's what pet sitters do.
Yeah. So Joanne is like, I invited you to come to Ireland with me and the boys. And the mom goes, listen, I'm the mom. He should come to meet me. I don't go to come see him. He got to come to meet me. And Joanne laughs and she's like, I think my mom thinks she's the Queen of England. She's Queen Elizabeth, that Sean should come and kiss the ring, which is exactly what she thinks.
Support for today's episode comes from Honeylove. Honeylove has revolutionized the wireless bra game. Their bras feature supportive bonding that eliminates the need for uncomfortable wires and unnecessary bulk. In this stifling, horrible, humid summer heat, you deserve a bra that's lightweight and comfortable without sacrificing support. Embrace freedom, flexibility, and comfort with Honeylove's wire-free bras. Plus, they're made with a fabric that is so soft you will forget you're wearing it. Yes, you can even sleep in it, and you know I love that. For a limited time only, you can get Honeylove on sale. You'll get 20% off your entire order with our exclusive link, honeylove.com/pinkshade. Support our show and check them out at honeylove.com/pinkshade. Really, I'm so tired of bras that cause that bra bulge in the back. Like, it is not cute to have that little thing spurting out by your armpit. Honeylove's bras are designed with the back smoothing fabric to prevent bra bulge. And did you know Honeylove has more than just bras? They have incredibly comfortable shapewear, tanks, and leggings. Honeylove's got you covered for your everyday shorts and t-shirts to weddings. You guys were always trying to figure out what to wear under our clothes for a wedding. Honeylove has got you covered with some amazing shapewear. Honeys, you need this in your life. No more sacrificing. You've earned it. Honeylove is not just supporting women, it's empowering women. Treat yourself to the best bras on the market and save 20% off at honeylove.com/pinkshade. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off honeylove.com/pinkshade to find your perfect fit. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Elevate your comfort, elevate your style with bras that empower your lifestyle of flexibility.
So the mom is like, what are Sean's intentions with you? Why are you so private about him? Why do you tell my sister your aunt more than you tell me. And the poor aunt is just sitting there like, don't bring me into this. She doesn't tell me anything either, I swear.
Because
they're all
aunts
scared
get to know more.
Yeah, because they're not as scary as the mom.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And as the mom is gesturing, her jewelry is clinking and clacking.
Yeah, clank.
Clink, clink, clink. Do you see how big my hair is? Do you see how much I'm gesturing? And
do you see my jewels?
Do you see my
my baubles and my bangles?
So Joanne is like bracing herself. She's like, my mother is very scary, and I have to tell her that I've been married for 2 years and didn't tell her.
Don't do this. Don't tell her.
Just
keep it a
don't.
secret.
At this point, don't tell her.
Don't tell her, and let him tell her when he eventually comes.
I just say don't tell her. Just have a whole new wedding. Like do the whole thing over again. And she won't know it's not the first time.
Whatever her favorite chocolate is, whatever her favorite actor is, you say, I'm going to take you to this movie. You buy her all the popcorn and the Raisinets or whatever her favorite thing is. You take her out, then you go to wine afterwards. And when she's about a glass and a half in and you know she loves you, that's when you tell her, don't be mad at me, Mom, with your Irish accent. It's a win.
I got a better idea.
Okay.
Since you said favorite actor, let's say she loves, I don't know, John Bon Jovi, whom Joni loves. My mom loves. A cameo. That. You get a cameo.
And the cameo tells her.
The cameo tells her.
Sylvester Stallone tells her.
Exactly. Or her favorite actor on Succession or whatever.
Yeah.
That might ease the blow a little bit.
It's not a bad idea. It's a very good idea.
So finally she goes, well, we're married. Just spits it out. And the mom turns to the aunt and says, did you know about this? And it's like, no. When did you get married? Who marries someone that they don't know? How do you not tell your mother? I'm your mother. This is your aunt. Hell no. And her bracelets are clacking all over the place. And Joanne's like, people elope all the time. And the aunt says, yeah, but they come back and then they tell people that they did it.
Unless you've married someone in prison. Yes.
Unless this is love after lockup. Yeah. And then
what are we missing?
Why she kept it so secretive?
For 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. And the longer you wait, everyone on this show, like Chantel did that with Pedro. They got engaged and like she lied and said he was just coming for like a school visa. Like people think that if they lie, but then they just wait too long and then the lie becomes bigger than it would have been if you had just done it at the beginning. So the mom is like, why didn't Sean reach out to your damn mother? What kind of respect am I getting in this relationship? I'm his damn mother-in-law. I've never you're not in, this is not your relationship, first of all.
But it is disrespectful. She is that kind of mom. And that was up to her, I'm sorry, what's her name?
Joanne. Joanne, you're exactly right.
This is up to Joanne to tell him, hey, this is going to be a respect issue down the line. She knows her mom well enough to know what's about to happen.
Yes, exactly.
Did the aunt know? I think yes.
Well, the aunt keeps shaking her head in terrified frenzy, like, no, I didn't know.
Like, no, don't tell her now. No.
Please don't drag me. I didn't know. I swear. We're just gonna say we didn't know.
Auntie might know.
Yeah. So Joanne's like, we just wanted this for ourselves, and we didn't want everybody's negativity and drama. And the mom goes, there's no negativity or drama here, but I should have been told. I'm not just anybody. I'm your mother, but there's no negativity and no drama. And she's like screaming.
Bangles, clanky. No, Okay.
It's like this. It's like, you didn't have any. Why did you tell your mother? And I didn't know why you didn't tell your dear mother. But there's no negativity.
And then does she just make good TV and she did know? Is this put on? Are we being put on here?
Honestly, I would love that. And she should go into stage acting or a sitcom.
Yeah.
Because if she is a plant, I commend you. So she's like, you could have still had your moment and still had people wish you good luck. Not that I would have said good luck. I would have said, hey, jackass, you don't even know this guy. He's a total stranger.
She calls Joanne a jackass twice, and I am wondering if Jackass Joanne is her go-to. It's got to be, right? She calls her twice.
Yeah, it has to be then. Does each of the kids have a special nickname that is it either rhymes with their name or it has alliteration of some sort?
Yeah, I think probably.
Yeah. So then she's like, does your sister know? Do your sons know? I can't believe this. I feel like I don't know you. For the last 2 years, I don't know you. You used to tell me everything. And Joanne says, I do. I've told you everything except that I got married. That's it. That's the only thing. I'm your mother. And then Joanne says, listen, after everything I've been through in life, I just want to like live my life to the fullest each day. And so she explains that she had aneurysms and the doctor discovered them and had emergency open heart surgery done on her. And if not, she would have died. So she feels like every day is a gift and I want to live, my life to the fullest. So it made her a little more impulsive. And the mom says, I would have understood if you told me, you jackass. So then she's like,
she would have, though. Do you think she would have? I don't think she would have.
I think you have to really kiss the ring with this mom. And so if she had approached it in a much more humbling, like groveling way that
Not
really
her.
built up the mom, if in a way that like really put the mom on a pedestal, then maybe. But I think she's kind of soft too, the mom. Like when when Joanne starts talking about the health problems, the mom does kind of like go, oh, I would have understood. Like she kind of softens a little bit. So maybe if you approach her like full of tears and regret.
No, approach as a couple. I say we wanted to wait till we were together. And you could see him for yourself that he's a good man, blah, blah, blah. You say after a long weekend of having fun together and him treating her like she is the queen. That's how you do it. I think that's the only way you could do it if you didn't do it. I think she's going to be mad no matter what.
Yeah.
But it's going to be much better if it's that way. This is insulting to her is the problem. This isn't just disrespectful. It like feels she's offended that you like either didn't think I would take it well or what do you think of me? This looks bad.
Mm-hmm. So she tells them her plan is a very interesting plan. She plans to be by country. Oh, so she's gonna move to Ireland for a month at a time, then come back for 2 weeks at a time to visit her sons because of joint custody. She can't take them. So she's going to be doing a lot of flying that will get very expensive, but she apparently does very well as an online medium, I guess. That's how she met Sean. So
shocking. I really want to know more. I want to know how she knew she had the gift. I want the whole backstory. I told Mary Payne last week. I need the whole backstory.
I'm surprised that the cards did not tell her that her mom was going to be mad and she should have told her 2 years ago.
Ooh.
Also,
use the gift.
Does she brand herself as like the Staten Island medium as opposed to the Long Island medium or wherever she's from? I can't remember.
She may not say medium. Does she use a different term? I'm a seer.
I thought psychic. She said psychic, maybe.
Yeah.
And he called because he loves like MILFs with accents from New York. It's fascinating. Fascinating.
Really...
Okay, so mom says, Sean could be the greatest guy in the world, but he could also be a total psycho. I don't know because I've never had a conversation with him.
And you never will, because you're never going to speak to your daughter again after this. You're going to get in a big fight.
I don't want them to. Like, I really enjoy them. I would like. I think I don't know enough about Sean to know if he's a good guy. We've seen him for like 3 seconds.
We don't, but I would like Joanne to go back in time and handle this differently. That's all.
And is that possible? Is there a Matt Sharp time machine? Because that's what we all wish we could do.
A year is bad enough. 2 years is insulting.
I think 1 day would have insulted this mother.
So imagine 2 years.
Yeah.
The level of disrespect.
Every day in the past 2 years has been a lie.
I mean,
when
she's
we
not
went
wrong.
to the movies and when we saw Avatar 2, that was the first movie that came in my head. Sure. That was a lie because I didn't know you were married. When we had Thanksgiving and I burned the turkey, that was a lie because I didn't know you were married.
It's really... Joanne also is not having a great reaction to this. She's not having any reaction to her mom freaking out.
You think she's used to her mom freaking out, so she kind of has learned to the best way to deal with it is to go very no emotion.
Or she does not want to yell back on camera.
Ah, interesting.
One of the two. Unsure.
Yeah. So next is Dempsey and Statler.
Oh, I can't with this. I don't know them. So like I'm coming in fresh to them and this is going to go down in flames. Yeah. Statler needs to go home.
Yeah. 100%. This is not going to work.
Let your girlfriend do her own thing with the van.
Yeah. So they do have a new hero shot that was filmed the 5 minutes that Statler was not in a bad mood because she's smiling. I don't know how they got her in that happy mood for that 5-second hero shot, but good for them.
Is she always like this?
She's extremely high strung. She's neurodivergent or neurospicy, as she says. She has ADHD, and I believe she has been recently diagnosed as being on the Asperger syndrome spectrum. She gets very, very anxious. She likes things to be very particular in her way. She doesn't like to be confined to small spaces. She also, so last season, she flew to England and lived with Dempsey in a small travel trailer that had a bathroom for number one. And that was pretty much it. And you like went and dug a hole outside for number two. She doesn't like to rough it. She also has IBS and like anxiety poops a lot. So that was always like a B plot line last season, was when was she going to have diarrhea at any time?
How did they think this was going to go? How did she think she would be able? Everything you just listed sounds like the van life is not for you. It's just not.
It's not
for one of those things.
The trailer was a disaster, so they are going into a fifth of that size on wheels. It's going to be horrible.
How long were they in the trailer?
She only visited for a couple weeks and then she said, I want to move here. I'm ready to get rid of my apartment and do everything and move here to be with you. And Dempsey was like, whoa, that's way too soon. We just met. And Statler's like, this is what I do. I'm a fun, quirky lesbian. I jump right into relationships, because she has a pattern with this and she scares off the woman. And finally, Dempsey gave in and was like, okay, let's be official. Like, let's do this. Maybe you should move here. And then at the tell-all, they were like almost not even speaking, but then they had decided to do this van thing so that they could get a second season on the show, I think. And so now they're doing this van thing. And it's it's very strange because last season she did say, I'm ready to leave America forever, come here to be with you. And this season she's like, I can't leave my home base. I can't leave my apartment. I don't want to move to England. Why am I doing this? So it's very strange.
Were they cuddly ever last season?
They were, Statler was more like really physically attracted to Dempsey. She loved her boobs. She loved her butt. She was super into her. And she wasn't sure if Dempsey felt the same way. And she was very insecure about Dempsey, like having other friends and like other people who were naysayers, and like, was she liking other girls and stuff. But then I think she had also talked to some other girl that was in England. It was like she was looking for an English girlfriend, and because she loves the accent or something. So then she was talking to another girl too, but then she picked Dempsey to go with. It was, there's just lots.
Just so the van life has got to be contrived somehow. That's got to be that they wanted their season. It doesn't seem like they like each other at all. That's why
I'm asking. It does feel for sure for me like they just wanted to have a second season. Yes. But I do think this is probably one of Dempsey's dreams, because she does like to live like on the land, and she lived in a farm and all of that. So she was really into it.
No.
So they have to figure out this van. And for some reason, the man who sold them the van did not explain anything to them, which I don't really understand why. He just gave them the keys. So
are the instructions in English, the things that she's trying to look at? Is there like words on it that say,
no, it's just like a panel. It's like if you move to a new apartment and no one has explained the emergency water shut off, where's the power breaker, like nothing. So it's not like there are even instructions. It's just a bunch of boxes with like battery levels, and like I was pretty familiar with all of it because
Really?
I've been obsessively watching van life videos for the past 8 years or so. So I could have helped them out with most of this, but they they're like trying to hook up to shore power with the electric and fill up the water. And Statler's like, you mean you don't just turn on the faucet and there's water? Like, where would the water come from? You have to put the water into the van, and then it holds it in a water tank. But Dempsey's trying to figure out the heater, and they're freezing. And so they call him, the guy who sold them the van, and he walks them through everything. And Statler says, I would have been a grouchy biatch if I was cold, unlike the pleasant daisy I've been thus far. Also, great thing you moved to England where it's never cold. This is going to be great.
Oh boy.
And then Statler says lesbians tend to go in really fast, but this is lesbian times infinity. Yeah.
Oh.
Can't wait. So then we have
a space for even one is my thought. I know you like van life, but this feels so small, Kimberly. Like,
well, no, to be clear, I've always only wanted to do van life with just me and perhaps a dog.
I mean, I know van life is not even as nice as this, but this feels very odd.
The couples that I follow on Fan Life that I have been following for like almost a decade, they're those kind of couples that like seem to be in sync 99% of the time, because the things in a van are so amplified, like the stressors and the little idiosyncrasies of a person, and just leaving stuff around. Like, how do you leave you're like literally bumping into each other, brushing your teeth.
That's why I kept being like, it made me sort of see, because it's too much of the, especially when you just come out of the bathroom. I don't know. Anyways, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
but then here's the deal. On top of me thinking it's too small, I left this episode about them thinking, I think they need a pet.
Yeah.
I think they need something to break the tension.
Yeah, that's
I think
actually
they
not a
need
bad idea.
a
Yeah.
road cat or a road dog. They
Yeah.
need something smallish that
Yeah.
can break a rabbit, a falcon, I don't know,
Guinea
something.
pig. Yeah. One of
Anything.
Clayton's guinea pigs, something.
Something
But
cute. Yeah.
I feel like they might even fight over, like, how to parent the animal. Oh, they had a fight about children last season too. That
Wow.
was huge, and it was at this castle, like, on the romantic date. It was like they had misunderstood that the other wanted children, and so they're just not on the same page about literally anything. So
Okay.
I would worry for that pet, but I think it's an okay idea, but I think they would need to put into writing ahead of time who would get the pet when they inevitably break up in 3 weeks.
Right, and who names the pet?
Right, all of the major decisions
Yes.
they need to decide on ahead of time.
Mhm.
So now we have Inky and Corona. What are your thoughts on them? I'm super curious.
Are you? You don't know
Yes,
what my thoughts are?
really wanna know.
I have a feeling they're very close to yours. I made some probably not so wise allegations as to what's going on with Corona last week. I will
Okay.
not repeat them because I feel like you shouldn't be commenting on what someone's doing in their mind. I don't know. The given up Penn scholarship for this dude
Yeah.
was concerning to me
Yeah.
for a lot of reasons, but I don't find anything appealing about him. And she seems to be like someone, okay, I get it that she could like pop off and run hot. That's a lot of people. That's a
Mhm.
lot of fiery people out there.
Mhm.
I don't see that as the big negative, but we haven't seen it yet. So I haven't
Right.
seen it as the big negative that she thinks it is. But does she like in him that he's the exact opposite of that? Does she like how sort of boring and calm he is and also immature?
Yeah,
Is
what
that
does
fun
she
for her?
like about what does she like about him?
She's got her stuff together, even if maybe it doesn't feel like that to her. She kind of is like on a career path.
Right.
Um, what is he bringing to the table?
Exactly. A history of incest with no one in town because he's never dated anyone
Could
there.
be your cousin.
It could
Don't
be your
ask
cousin.
before.
Yeah, he's never dated anyone, so she's gonna have to teach him, which is that power balance thing that always I gives me the cringe in these relationships. Like on
Yeah.
Forbidden Love, the guy who's Amish and is 10 years younger, and so she has to teach him how to floss his teeth and how to
Cool.
do everything because he knows nothing.
You don't
Um,
have to technically floss your teeth. You don't have to show him that.
well, he
I mean,
doesn't
you
know
should
that.
floss them,
I'm not
but it's
gonna
not.
tell you the other things she had to teach him. It will horrify you. Um,
Is it wiping?
it's adjacent to wiping.
I'm upset. Okay, you don't have to tell me
Okay.
anything else. I'm upset.
I'll tell you off
That's
the air.
yeah, that's enough.
Um, yeah.
Hey guys, have you been plagued this summer by underboob sweat? Yeah, I have. You need to listen up because I am about to turn you on to one of my absolute favorite products. It's Lumi's Whole Body Deodorant Stick. It's a whole body deodorant stick. Lumi is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body. Okay, you can use it in your armpits, you can use it between your thighs, you can use it on your belly button, you can use it in your butt crack, and you can use it under your boobs. And even on your feet. Oh my gosh. This was created by an OBGYN who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. It is clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. I can't recommend it enough. Now, are you ready to make the upgrade to Lumi? This is a special offer, okay? New customers will get 15% off of all Lumi products with our exclusive code and link. Use code PINKSHADE at lumideodorant.com, okay? LUMEDEODORANT.com, and the code is PINKSHADE. Lumi's starter pack is a perfect thing to get for new customers because it comes with a solid stick deodorant, a cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, like a mini body wash or the deodorant wipes. The deodorant wipes are also amazing. and free shipping. As a special offer for our listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code PINKSHADE. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. What are you waiting for? This is like a no-brainer. Use code PINKSHADE for 15% off your first purchase at LumiDeodorant.com. That's code PINKSHADE at LumiDeodorant.com. And thank me later.
What do you think of them? Is it bananas to you as it is to me? This coupling is not, it's very odd.
I don't understand how one person gives up their entire career dream school and everything. Like, she could get into a school there, but it's not the school that she had dreamed of going forever and all of this. And to move there and all of this. And then the guy is just like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Whatever. Whatever.
I'm writing really what I said last week because I don't want to say it again.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, that's possible. I tell you, a lot of people online don't like her because they think she's I'm so quirky.
I'm not surprised. But I'm not mad at her. And I think it's in the same way that we weren't upset with that person from Claim to Fame for probably the same reasons.
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me that much with Corona. It doesn't
register me either. I mean,
but is that why she likes him? Because he's the opposite. That's an interesting point that you made, that like she values being so quirky and he is not. He's so vanilla.
There are compliments and then there are, oh, you guys both bring each other down. You know, right. What are you doing? Yeah. Like, is this fun for either of you? It seems like, but maybe it is. They were having a little bit of fun. Again, they don't seem like they're another couple that don't seem to genuinely really like each other or be on the same page at all.
Well, there are rumors that were not even together officially or together anymore, but then got chosen for the show. And it's one of those kind of situations.
100% not be surprised by that with them because it's so odd. And because I can see her getting bored of him within 3 days.
Oh, absolutely. Like, what do they talk about? I don't know. But I could see her. I think she said she like loses interest very fast. She is like a wanderer. She likes to like something new and exciting. And I feel like I've been going through like a midlife crisis for the past like 5 years where I've been like, I'm going to go live in the woods. I'm going to go on a cruise by myself. I'm going to, all this, like, I'm just going to move to Iceland.
I hope I've been a really good listener to all of that and been as supportive as I can be of every single one of these dreams, because I know all of these that you're speaking of, and I've tried to be supportive.
And you notice I haven't done any of them, but I have rented a van a few times.
You have, and we're going to go on a cruise together. So that's just, and I said I'd leave you alone. Yeah. So that's basically like you're alone.
Yeah, exactly.
You have your alone time. We're not sharing a cabin.
No. We could. There you go. So Inky is going to show her around town so she knows where to go. And she's like, I'm glad he's teaching me to not wear a Viking hat around town, as if she's concerned about not standing out. But then she chooses to wear a skin tight Catwoman suit of sorts with boots with spikes all over them. Did you see her boot collection? I told Mary Payne, I need Katie's thoughts, these huge boots. I bet Katie's would love to go thrifting with her. And she had like many suitcases just for the boots.
I have quite a few boots myself.
I know you do.
So I am also a boot girl. Are there raves in Iceland? I feel like there might be raves in Iceland.
I could see them having like electronic dance something happening. Like, do you watch like the Aurora Borealis and dance at night because there's no daylight for a while, or what? I might be confusing it with Finland. I'm not sure, but
I could see these two people bonding over DJs. and DJ sets, electronic DJs they like, and then
Yeah.
going to I think we might not be getting the full picture on them yet because there's a connection that we're not seeing. Otherwise, it makes no sense. So I think she also likes to stand out.
I think she very much enjoys standing out and being her own person. Yeah.
Yes.
Which is fine. But she has an expectation of how other people are going to react to her outfits and the way she stands out. And she has chosen a man who gives no reactions, no warmth, no affection, not what she's looking for. She wants his tongue to roll out and hit the floor like one of those cartoons, and then he has to scoop it back up in his mouth.
If she is the flaming hot Cheeto, he is.
Don't say a saltine.
I was gonna say the stale goldfish cracker. He's still cheese.
Also my favorite.
But like, he's not. He's one of those, those little things that come in the packets that have peanut butter inside and it's like cheese and peanut butter, but it's not really that cheesy of a cracker.
Yeah.
He's that.
Yeah.
But she's the flaming hot Cheeto.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could see that working if he was like, seemed to be enamored by her personality and be like, looking at her like, wow, I just can't believe I get to be with this wild, woman who stands out and is so bold, and I love that. But he just seems very like, okay. I mean, he doesn't seem embarrassed by her.
He seems indifferent, Kimberly, which is 1,000 times worse.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
He's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You're fine. Oh, you're going to get mad at me. I'm just going to try to make you laugh. Dumb.
Yeah.
I was so mad at me.
She's not trying to soft partner him anymore. So she is telling him, it kind of annoys me that you did not have a bigger reaction, and I'm going to have to teach you how to have your tongue land on the floor and pay me compliments. So I don't know if this is he just doesn't care or if he's not used to being in a relationship. But what I said last time was he's just not that into you, girl.
I don't know if she's that into him even. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, is she just into the lifestyle where she got to pick up and move and do something exciting?
Maybe.
So they go to this local store that I know you would have loved, and because it had weird like taxidermy things, and you would have filled your house with all of them. And then he wants her to try a local snack, and you eat this thing and then you chase it down with a shot in the middle of the day. It's just what you do, and it's fermented shark. I'm not going to go into detail about how they prepared the shark. It reminded me of lutefisk. Remember when we first learned about lutefisk from King of the Hill?
I'll never forget. Have you tried lutefisk yet?
I'm vegetarian. I don't have to try.
That's right. It's cod. I have to try it.
You have to try it for us. Yeah. And I do just kind of want to smell it just to see
I do too.
The smell. Because I like bad smells. I love like weird bad smells. Right. Like I love skunk. I love gelatinous. That's the weird texture. It's in lye. They soak it in lye so the bones dissolve.
Is it separated on the top? Because if it's separated on the top, it's going.
I don't know. It's real weird. Let us know your thoughts about lutefisk if you've tried it, what it's like. So she's gagging. She doesn't even get a bite down. And I was kind of disappointed. I was like, don't be that American, please, on these shows who's super rude about their customs and their food. But she does say to Inky that if his parents offered it to her, she would try to swallow it down and be more polite. So he tells her about his parents. His dad is funny and born in the 40s, which blows Corona away. She cannot believe there are people alive that were born in the 40s. My parents were born in the 40s. That made me feel very old. Thank you, Corona. So,
yeah.
She's like the 40s. Unheard of.
Yeah, she's young.
She's young. So he says my parents are caring and loving, and she says, so the real question is, do they know any black people? And he said, probably not. No. So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll be cool.
But
And
she
she's like,
knew
what?
that going in. She knew
Oh, yeah.
this already. Okay.
Yeah. So, I did do a little Googling when the show this season first started to see like what percentage of black people are in Iceland. And I did find like a YouTube channel that was literally about like being black in Iceland. And I thought, oh, they could be friends. Like that this woman moved from America to Iceland and like, and then Mary Payne's like, because you think all black people should be friends. And I was very embarrassed. But I meant because they have similar life experiences, and maybe it would be nice to have a little taste of home from an American. That's really all I meant. Thanks, Mary Payne.
Why are you bringing it up again?
I don't know, because I like to share my embarrassment.
It's fine. It's also,
so
I understand you were thinking you guys would be having the same experience in Iceland at the same time of being part of a very small minority.
Right, and an American.
100%. I get your point.
I'm not saying you have to be best friends, but maybe the girl who's been there a little bit longer might want to like, oh, I can give you advice if you ever need it. I can,
and also get ready to hear this a lot because she's probably heard a bunch of really weird stuff that people say that they don't know is not cool.
Exactly. So she says, what if your parents don't like me because I'm black or because I dress risque and I'm super loud and I'm crazy and I'm so quirky? And he's like, I don't know. It's going to be fine. Whatever. I don't know. Are we dating? I don't even know what's happening.
Okay. All right. It's so frustrating. Sorry. Press on.
I know. Josh and Lily. So they go to meet.
That it?
That's it for them. Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of something that happens in the next time. Okay. Go ahead.
So Josh and Lily, they go to meet Lily's sister, who is the opposite of Lily. Like Lily lives in Barbie clothes with a huge bow in her hair at all times. And her sister looks like Claudia's sister, Janine, from the Babysitters Club, like the drawing on the front of the books.
Wow.
It was a deep cut, but two people are going to get it. So he asks the sister, like, what do you think about our relationship? And the sister says, we didn't support it. We thought this guy is going to deceive you. And Lily's just very romantic and very chasing fairy tales all the time and impulsive. And Lily says she did impulsively marry someone when she was 18. And her parents were very against it. And the guy cheated on her and they got divorced. And so she's doing it again with Josh. But she just really loves fairy tales. And just, even though she's in her 40s, some women never let go of that. Ladies, be your own Prince Charming.
Yes.
As I like to say. Yeah, be your own fairy tale. But the sister asks, what was your job in the States? And he says, well, I sold, heating and cooling parts, but I'm not allowed to work here. I wish I could, but there's other things I can do. I can help with her English. I can help clean the house. I can carry things for her business. And like, I thought maybe he could work under the table for her at her business because she owns like a big beauty brand.
Sorry. Do we know the name of her brand yet?
No, I was hoping that someone would have told you so you could see if you had heard of it because everything about beauty brands. Yeah. So if someone knows, let us know. It's probably on Reddit.
But is he never able to work there, or is he just not able to work? How long?
5 years, which is crazy long compared to America.
Okay. So what can you do in 5 years? You need to go ahead and write a book. You need to say, I'm actually working on a novel.
Yeah, this is my sabbatical. I am working on a novel. I don't know if the Chinese people would respect that because everyone that he's met seems to think the man should be providing and bringing in income. It doesn't matter that he's legally not allowed to.
It's gonna sound better than I can clean house and sometimes cook.
Right. Yeah, that's true. But the sister says very sweetly, she says, "Okay, I see you. I understand you." And she says he seems very genuine. She's still very worried. Obviously, she has concerns, but he seems to have done a good job at this meeting.
He's all right. This couple, I don't understand. Sorry, do we know them from before or they knew as well?
Nope. They're new as well. Yeah.
How do you like this couple?
Sometimes I think they're very cute. And I think their biggest problem seems to be a lack of communication and understanding and like a language barrier. So I think they should have a throuple and a third person in their marriage who is a translator at all times because they seem to have they both seem like have different thoughts about this wedding. Like, I thought it was your idea. No, I thought it was your idea. And like stuff about money. And like she thinks he like wants this really big house and he doesn't want this really big house. But also there's stuff we don't know, like she was married before, he's been married a couple times. What's the story on that? Is he not as nice as he seems?
That's what I'm wondering, because it's really odd that it keeps being that she's like, well, this is the house you wanted and this is this. And then on camera, what we're getting from him is, this is all nice, but she didn't have to do any of this. I don't know if that's correct.
I don't know. I wish roll the tapes. I wish we knew who. I wish we understood what actually these conversations were like. Yeah.
Because I think there's a really good chance that maybe he was leading her to believe that he wanted the big house and a big wedding. And he definitely didn't turn down the more expensive robes. She's very preoccupied with money. So he keeps bringing it up in a way that he's almost annoyed. These are very big hints. You need to pick them up as she's dropping them, and you need to fix this because this is going to get worse.
But how can he fix it if he can't bring in money?
At least talk about it in a very open way with a translation app of, are you really worried about money? You keep bringing it up. Please tell me what's going on and why you're worried. Is it stressing you out that I'm not going to be able to work for 5 years? Let's come up with a way to fix it. There, right. I just did it for him. He can use that. Yeah. That's it.
Josh, Katie's done it for you.
You're welcome, sir. I accept tips, Venmo. Yeah. Or you can just you can join the Bidet Mate GoFundMe. I don't know what I would do with the GoFundMe because I don't, again, know where to get a prototype made.
Right. And on a GoFundMe, if people donate a certain amount, you do have to promise them something. And it can't just be a picture of a drawing.
Where are they?
An artist rendering.
Where are they?
China.
I'm pretty sure that's where you get a prototype made.
Yeah, you could definitely get something made in China. Josh, do you want to be a partner on Good Day Mate?
Bidet Mate.
Sorry, Bidet Mate. Katie is so angry with me the way she said that. It's Bidet Mate.
I said Bidet Mate.
I said Bidet Mate. Good day, sir. Bidet, sir.
That's good.
Everyone, could you listen to A Day with Dateline, because these are the ridiculous conversations we have all the time, but also murder. But so dumb, but also murder. So next time, Corona and Inky go to meet Inky's parents, and it appears that the mom, whilst complimenting Corona, touches Corona's hair. Which
not surprised.
We would know not to do that. But she doesn't know that. And so how Corona is going to react, we don't know. She says, I never let people touch my hair. I don't know what's going to happen. Cultural differences abound.
Also, just Corona, figure out what battles you want to pick and stick to those.
Right. Some things are worth fighting for. Yeah.
This family.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just hope they are just well-meaning, but just ignorant because they literally don't know and have never met a Black person. And I hope there's nothing like bad or mean-spirited underneath
I
it.
really hope so too. Really hope so too.
But also it's not on her to have to like educate them. So
of course not. No, it's not.
Google exists. Google is your friend. So Statler and Dempsey get used to the van. Statler is cranky. What else is new? So Joanne
She's never not going to be cranky, is she? Is she cranky all last season too?
She was sometimes comfortable, but then she would like be cranky. Her stomach hurt. She was very stressed. She's just a ball of nerves all the time. That's why I relate to her. I probably give her more sympathy than I should because like I have such bad anxiety too. So I feel for her. I know what that's like, but like I try not to take it out on other people, and she tends to do that. And
she tends to not even seem to be trying to stop doing that is the difference, Kimberly.
Right.
She seems to be fine to not control it and really hurt Dempsey.
Yeah.
But then also then don't do this if this is so clearly not for you.
Right.
Why are you here?
Right. And this may just be an unworkable situation. You have neurodivergent differences. You have anxiety issues. This so far out of your comfort zone might just not be a healthy place for you. And maybe shouldn't do it.
There you go.
I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Joanne takes the boys to meet Sean. I really just need to get to know Sean. Is he a good dude or not? We don't know anything except that he does a lot of like grunting in the like mixed martial arts or whatever he was doing.
Do we know his job as a personal trainer?
Is he? I don't know.
We don't know his job yet, I think. Did you have a guess on his job?
I'm trying to think. Bartender?
Is he an Instagram model?
He could be. He's very good looking and has a lot of tattoos.
And it seems a bit stylish. And I've seen a lot of these guys do like kind of dapper dressings. And a lot of times they look a lot like him and they'll do like accessories, like watch by this by this. And they'll do almost a 1940s or a 1920s style with vests and accoutrement for men. But they have a lot of views. So I'm wondering if that's what if that's how
we're judging him too much. Maybe we're judging him based on his looks and he's like an accountant or something.
Those tattoos are expensive. That's why I'm saying that, because I think I said it to Mary Payne last week, is that they seemed very well done and very like perfectly played. Like, just, do you know what I'm saying? They're not like.
No, he seems like a very cool guy with his finger on the pulse.
Yeah, I just have a lot and I like that he likes her. I might take those words back later, but that really appealed to me, that he was very upfront. She's my type. She seems to really. I'm happy they got married. I don't know why. Maybe they did an impulsive thing. I could see this. This is great. I'm a little nervous about the month and the week here and the month and all that nonsense.
I'm worried about the sons, but he won't be raising them, so that makes me feel
son
better.
Is 18.
Oh,
one son is older.
Okay. They seemed super nice kids. Like
they did.
They were helping their mom with like chores and stuff without complaining. I thought, these are not bags of wieners kids. So she did a good job with them.
They also might be really stoked to have an Irish stepdad who is this
cool.
Teach him how to box or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? They can take him, like Mary Payne said, they can go to the pub really young over there.
Yeah.
So, but it also could be a thing where you could see maybe they do half the school year. I don't know. They spend summers in Ireland or something like that. This could be like a really cool experience. So I don't know
what her ex is like, and how he's going to feel about this.
we know conflict is coming. I just don't know where it's coming from.
It's like the water glass in Jurassic Park is rippling.
Yes.
And I don't know which dinosaur is setting off
what
that
kind of a dinosaur.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, and then something happened with Shekinah and Sarper, and she's upset. And we don't know what happened. She's always upset. She needs to leave. But also, all Katie has seen of her was the tell-all from last season and she was so bisky to all the other people.
She was just on the wrong side on every argument. I was like, why are you just being ornery? I can't stand that when someone's just like, but this. No, stop it.
And she made it seem like Andre was like attacking her because he went to approach her during a commercial and asked why she didn't like him. And she's like, why are you attacking me right now? You are coming at me right now.
Andre is maybe one of the most intense humans on the planet, and him walking up to you briskly could very well feel like an attack.
For sure. I watch him a lot on Pillow Talk, so I see more like a softer side than on his normal seasons when he has a temper and can be scary.
And is amping it up for television?
Maybe. So yeah, she was just rude to everybody and would not hear what they were saying, and she grew up in like a weird restrictive culty religious environment as a kid, so like Amish, but like extreme Amish. They created their own like Amish. Her parents created their own Amish religion basically, and like there were a bunch of siblings, and then she like escaped from that, but then she got like plastic surgery and does the makeup and like leaned really hard into like the LA thing, and she was making money as an esthetician and and yeah, it's not obvious. And
she lived in LA
and she was being paid to go to parties. That was like one of her jobs. And yeah, and then this man has slept with 3,000 women. I'm sure you saw that.
Oh no, I know all about them. I would like to cover them, but I'm not on again until the tell-all, which I butted myself into.
You can
whether
come back
Mary wanted or not.
People would love a break from me. You are welcome anytime. You can be my replacement.
No,
I know Mary Payne.
You've seen all the episodes, and I ask too many questions. But
I think it's fun. I love to hear your takes. They're
usually yours.
I know. Well, we've known each other for a very long time.
Yeah, and there's a reason
we tend to
like our podcast going so long. We tend to agree most of the time, but especially on 90 Day.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it. I hope you're going to keep watching when you're going to join us.
I have to. That's what happens with 90 Day.
You get hooked.
Once you start, you have to watch to see how it ends.
It's crazy. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. Mary Payne, we're glad that you're almost back, and we hope you had a good trip. Everyone missed you. And thank you, everybody. Check out us, A Date with Dateline. Follow us on Instagram, Dateline. If you want to invest in Bidet Mate, datedateline@gmail.com.
Dateline at datedateline.com/bidetmate/PayPal.
If August is listening, can you create a new branch of our website, please? That's just for good Bidet Mate and donations.
It's just going to say coming soon or under construction. No, under construction, and it's a little broken toilet with like a thing. Come on. It's gold.
It is. It really is.
Gold.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.